Hello everyone, this is Rodel Advan from Bangladesh, and today on International Youth Day 2023 with the theme of Green Skills for Youth Towards a Sustainable Future, I'm here to talk about some stuff, especially a future of the world that I can see as a youth representative. So if we're thinking about a future that we want to build up to, that would be definitely something that is not a copy-paste of our current generation. That means we have a future, we hope for a future that is more sustainable and where we do not have to fear for climate change, we do not have to fear for the world becoming just a hot box and on its slow death. So basically a world where we have more eco-friendly business models, where we are depending on renewable energies like electricity instead of fuels or fossils, and a world where we are all collaborating on making the world itself a better place for other future generations so that they do not have to worry for their own lives later on. And of course a world where we can stay happily as old folks and have a very good life in the green world where there's no threat for climate change or global warming. Next up, there's definitely a lot of gaps that are basically things that stop us from building the future in the current time. Well, mostly I think that the biggest problem today in my eyes as a representative is that the government and people are slowly getting more aware of what climate change can bring to this world. However, even though people are a lot more aware right now, they're taking a lot of steps so the government does something, but this is such a big scale event like climate change especially, that this thing relies a lot on more scientific research, which most governments around the world are not investing in. We need more better solutions, more efficient solutions that can bring more good results within a very short period of time. So there's already a big buzzword in the current industry, basically it's artificial intelligence, which is already solving a lot of our daily tasks and problems. So I do believe that we should invest in more researches that combines technological aspects like AI or quantum computing, especially quantum computing in this generation, so that we can use those new technologies to first solve nothing else but the climate change problem. And definitely I think more people today especially the youth today, are more aware of how the climate impacts the whole world, or how we as people contribute to that climate change. And I think things like ocean plastics or throwing waste around anywhere basically, or basically reducing our carbon footprint, things are like that we're more aware of as we are grown up. But I do think, and I have seen kids, especially from Bangladesh as well, that they know that there's a buzzword called global warming, climate change, but they have not seen the impacts of it. So I do think that our education should focus more visual elements, or take students to some places which have been affected by climate change, or show them actually real life examples and how it might impact their future, so we can build a conscious generation of children who can better work for the future. Of course, we need more. The thing I mentioned before about the governments working on different research is that mostly relies on the older generation X people mostly. But to bring change right now, we need more people as youth. So we need to focus on equipping ourselves with different green skills. I think a lot of our current entrepreneurs are already working on eco-friendly business models, and they have been, because that is how a lot of the people today are also buying their own products, including myself. I would not buy a product that would definitely harm the environment if I have another option to do so. So people are more lenient going towards that area, and I think that should be more encouraged by the government by investing in such projects which definitely bring more good to the environment than any more damage. And finally, I think that I've answered all the questions through this video, but again, what the youth can do to make all these things happen, I think the biggest green skill that all of us can equip ourselves to, especially the youth, is awareing another person about these things like climate change. So if we as a youth can bring the generation X or generation Z or all upcoming generations together and make them have all the same mentality about how they can work together for a better future, and if they do not, how it can impact them on a serious note, or how it can impact the world, we can make that change. We can ensure a better world for the future by ensuring that we all have proper green skills. And that's it for me. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and ta-ta.